I
You
just think
could.
the Royal Guard give you something at Fight 5. Adam, this is an
Mm.
epic angle, by the way. Why are you looking at the camera
I'm desperately trying to open my window because it's so hot.
It's just
Oh,
Sam, you're literally Frodo right now.
He's the hero.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 67 of the Gollum's Gamers podcast, where today we are going to be reviewing a number of lists for a upcoming GBHL 100 event at 550 points that's happening this weekend. And at the very end, we'll be ranking all the lists in a tier list as normal. Now, tonight we are joined by a very special guest in his return to the podcast scene. He's been out of the game for a little while. It's Stephen Denby, who's the captain of Any Heroics, who are the second highest ranked team in the GBHR. What do you have to say, Demi, to all of the Any Heroics fans? I was going to say, they're surely watching.
Well, firstly and most importantly, I do have to say that it's actually an upcoming tournament, not a upcoming tournament.
Ah, he's reaching, folks. He's reaching. Here we go.
That's good. I like that.
That's all I really have to say. Where am I? I haven't gone anywhere. We just stopped doing the weekly podcast because, frankly, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort. I am actually editing a bat rep maybe this week. So that might be out in time for Christmas.
So something has been recorded then. There is Any Heroics content out there that hasn't been seen by the world.
Yes.
Sheesh. That is a wet dream
pretty
coming
hard
for some people out there. Nice. Well, we hope to see the return to the Any Heroics channel in whatever capacity at some point in the near future. But before we get underway, go on, Ash.
I was going to say, maybe we'll have to do a battle of the captains, Denby, in the bat rep to decide well and truly who is the best team.
The most lemon team and captain.
Yeah,
Denby's
I'm
kind of
down
throwing
for
it
that.
down there.
Ash, that's like when you're winning a game of football 10-0 and then you just say, "Oh, golden goal."
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are like less than a point ahead of us, and we've got players who haven't even been to an event yet. So
That's hard. That's hard.
I've only been to like two, so I guess I sort of count. I don't know.
Wait until Shilling Law pulls out his first 100 victory. The
It's coming
scene
this
goes
weekend,
crazy.
that's pretty hard.
It's all kicking off. But a quick reminder before we get started to go and get your Lemon Cup tickets, ladies and gents. Our very first tournament that we are running on the 20th and 21st of September. It's very exciting stuff. For more information on the Most Lemon event in the GBHL calendar, the event pack, as well as the podcast that we made to talk about the event in a little bit more detail, are both linked down in the description. So go and check those out for all your Lemon Cup information.
I've got my ticket.
He's got his ticket, folks.
And it's on my birthday, so I'm expecting.
That's going to be so epic.
Someone's got to make some lemon meringue pie or
some lemon treatment
cheesecake.
coming in for Denby.
Happy
Love
birthday will be sung
I didn't know that.
to multiple gamers, as it seems to be a birthday period.
Yes, we will be streaming the event as well.
Legacy profiles
not
allowed.
too far before that. Is that right?
Is it the Monday after, Ash? Sam's birthday?
So the tournament is the 20th and the 21st, Saturday or Sunday, and the 22nd is our very own Sam Grassy birthday.
That's it. Go on, Ash,
Sam's
you were going to say
boy.
something. Your hand was up. Is that for anything, Ash?
I was just going to say, legacy profiles allowed. All the exciting new 24 scenarios. We've got lemon themed prizes and lots of lemon fun. And don't forget to store away your one epic reroll per game. Because when life gives you lemons, right, you roll a 6.
There you go.
And to find out more about the Lemon Cup, go to lemonparty.com.
Sure, if that's a thing that exists, fine. At your own risk, ladies and gents. Yes.
I'm not sure I'm going to search that, actually.
I would maybe not recommend doing that.
It's an infamous website from back in the day.
Okay. Let's leave that there before we get cancelled.
Link in the description below.
It will not be linked. I'm also very happy to say that next month I'm going to be live streaming at Ardacon. So Ardacon, if you aren't familiar, is arguably the biggest international SBG tournament in the world, and I will be there all weekend live streaming some games from the event. Now, if you haven't seen the other tournament streams that I've done before, I will link the last one that I did down in the description as well, which was the GBHL League finale back in December. But very, very excited for this one. So I really, really do hope to see you all over on the stream on the 15th and 16th of August. But as always, you can find us on Instagram and Spotify by following the links in the description down below. And also please consider subscribing to us here on YouTube, as a large proportion of people watching aren't actually subscribed. So please do, if you enjoy everything that we do here on the channel. So kicking things off, the first list that we are going to be looking at is from our very own Vince Wong. The first time he's run this list is the Fields of Celebrant. How are we pronouncing this one?
Celebrant.
I think it's Celebrant.
Lovely. So it is a 550-point tournament. So it's 550 points, 26 models. It's led by Earl the Young, who is leading 9 of his Sons of Earls. He has 9 sons. Okay. And King of Men as well, with Shield and Heavy Armor, who is leading 8 Warriors Minister for Shield, 6 with Shield Spear, and 1 with a Banner. 26 models. Haven't seen this list in action yet in the new edition, but it's sort of a spiced up version of the previous way to run this list in the last edition. Let's hand it over to our guest to begin with, Stephen Denby. What do you think about this one at 550?
So this is actually one of my favourite lists from the last edition, because when you used to see people use it, you'd be like, oh, they've taken this cool bit from the books. And it's one actually your Ali King used to love. Yes. Probably still does.
Indeed.
Love.
He does.
Ale the Young is obviously the founder of Rohan, and Sons of Ale are fucking cracked. Sorry, do you swear on the podcast?
You do whatever you like, good sir.
Okay, right. They hit like an absolute truck. Their stat line is they are 2 attack cavalry models, which are fight 4, strength 4, which they go up to 3 attacks once they've charged, and they hit like a truck. So basically, this list is a D7 shield wall with a King of Men who sits there and holds the line, and then Ale the Young comes in and goes skadoosh. And he's got this really cool ability called the Charge of Ale, where every cavalry model has to charge. One turn he calls it, every cavalry model has to charge, but they get to reroll all fail to wound rolls, which is when you're strength 4 with 3 attacks, you are winning the fight and then killing.
No more piercing to strength 6 anymore, though, which was something I really liked about this in the last
they're fight
edition,
5 as well, aren't they? When they're within 12 inches of Earl, or they fight 5 base?
Within 6, they're fight 5.
Yeah.
Which
is a new thing that it didn't have last edition. So, but they fight 4 base and they got +1 on the charge because of the army bonus. Yeah, sure. So you could get it still. Yeah, fine.
6 inches is pretty good.
If you think about it, you've got 4 or 5 either side. Maybe the ones on the end aren't going to get it, but the 3 or 4 next to Earl, if you charge in a rough straight line, will get it. So
but using them to wrap around at 550, the battle line's not going to be that massive, are they?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're probably picking one flank, because if you have your block with the King of Men sort of in the middle, you're probably not wanting to go on 2 flanks, because then Earl's only on one of them, so then the Sun's on the other flank. I don't know, depending if you're playing a fight 4 list and you really need the fight 5. But
the most exciting thing about this list, which is a change from last edition, which is Ale the Young, who has a special rule called Legendary Hero, is now a hero of legend. Shout out Dave Farmer, who always used to point this out. He used to be a hero of valor, despite having the hero of legend. Despite having the legendary hero rule. So
interesting. So they have yielded to the the knowledge of.
We should tell the viewers how good that is, though. It's is it any might point he spends on a 4+? Just gets it back.
Oh yeah. It's the first each turn. Yeah, that he spends.
Oh, okay. The first might point of each turn. Okay.
Yeah. So be that.
That's still pretty good, though.
Yeah, he'll end up
getting potential to go crazy.
If you've got a Danny DeVito dice, suddenly you've got a 12 might L.
You could suddenly be doing bits. Was he fight 6 last edition?
I think it was Fight 5.
I think he was Fight 5. So obviously,
I
but
think all the Rohan heroes were capped, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So yeah, going up to Fight 6, the Earls are better. The Minas Tirith are now Fight 4. So kind of everything about this has kind of got better.
It's also worth noting that he does have Horse Lord with 2 Fate, a D5 12-inch movement horse. So he's
very nice,
getting close to the Aemir level of sticking on his horse at this point. It's a pretty cheeky list. If it meets an absolute horde, like one of the 60-ish goblin model lists that you might see, I think it'll struggle. It'll struggle into Eagles, maybe, if it comes up against Eagles. It does obviously have Ale who can strike, but by the point Ale is able to strike against the Eagles, he'll be prone and will probably have spent most of his might. So,
trying to live.
But I see it doing all right.
Yeah, 26 models as well, sort of, isn't a bad place to be in. Like, the block is sort of big enough where it can just sit there and try and hold up the opponent's line. And then, kind of you've got enough Sons of Earl, I think. Like, if you only had, 5 or something with a bigger line, I like the amount that he's leaned into it with the Sons of Earl, because obviously that's the hitting power from this.
Even when dismounted, you got to think about it this way. If they're shielding while dismounted, they get 4 attacks to win the fight, which is...
because they have shields, don't they? Yeah, this happens...
potential, don't they, on objectives like that?
Yeah.
I actually played Ali with this list a couple years ago, and I kept on dismounting the Sons, trying to take away the killing power. But then when they were on foot, I couldn't kill them on foot. So it's like, do you go for the horse or do you just try to kill the rider? Yeah. What do you think on this one, Adam? How do you see Vince doing?
It's a hammer and anvil. I think it's very matchup dependent because that's the nature of 550 points. But I think he's got a chance. I mean, even into Eagles or like Dragon and Drake kind of combo, which could be popular, I suppose. I think because you can
get shadowing.
You can get so much might with this list, right? Because say you call a strike with Earl. If it's your priority, brilliant. If it's not your priority, not so good because you'll be on your ass, but you can stand up and just keep going. You can just keep recycling, keep doing that might. You're calling the moves with the King of Men. You might get the odd might point free to call a free strike every turn with Earl. You're going to outmight the monster list. So, I see it doing work. On a turn where it goes right, that's any dead monster.
Yeah, for sure. Go on, Debbie.
I was just going to say, it is a list with Sons of Earl. If you've got a trapped eagle or something against 2 charging Sons of Earl and they've got that reroll to wound, they've got 12 dice, strength 4, rerolling to wound.
Just on the 2 of them, it's pretty mental.
You've got good odds of killing that big thing.
Yeah. Ash, go on. Final word from you on this list.
I think it's very strong. It's very fun. I think it's probably not the most effective points level for it. And I would warn the community that at higher points this gets way better. When you can mount the king, you've not only then got Earl to call moves, you've also got the King of Men on horse to help you call moves, as well as a larger block of troops to just stay around a D7. Because obviously, if this list is charging and you're then winning move offs and charging, you're having an absolutely fantastic time. So the more might that you can have at the high points levels to keep calling those moves, the better, I think.
Okay, so we shall leave it there for Vince's Fields of Celebrant list, and we shall move on to the list that I will be taking. I'm taking Ugluk Scouts. Our Instagram followers will have seen me painting this up over the last month or so. So I've got the whole list done, apart from Malher, as Malher was very recently added in from the legacy list, but I think he's added a lot to Ugluk Scout. So the list that I'm running is 548 points, 2 points under, 42 models. The 3 heroes is Ugluk, Malher, and the Isengard Orc Captain. I've got a load of scouts, max bows of the Uruk-hai bows, 2 banners on 2 Uruk-hai scouts, 1 in each warband, Ugluk and Malher, and then 12 Isengard Orc warriors with spear. So my initial sort of takeaway, I haven't actually played Scouts at a tournament before. I've had a few practice games with it now, but you could either go basically double banner or the drum. I've decided to go 2 banners. The thinking is that there's more banner scenarios now, so having 2 of them is obviously good as it is because you have 2 banners in 2 parts of the board, but with more banner scenarios, those VPs are like safer. So and only having the drum back to the Uruks and not the Orcs just isn't the best for like the synergy. You still have the march from the captain, which will affect everything. So I just think having 2 banners, I do see an argument for the drum, like being able to move something 11 inches to an objective or something like that is obviously like a really good piece of tech. But with the 8-inch move on the Uruks anyway, you could probably plan for that in other ways. So having the 2 banners is the route that I went. But we're fortunate tonight to have Stephen Denby with us, who has done pretty well with Uruks at a number of GBHL 100s this year. So what are your thoughts on Scouts in general and this list at 550?
So Ugluk Scouts is a list which I initially took because I thought, it's all right, it'll do well. It's really fun. Like, it's just very flexible. It's got answers to a lot of things. It's very fast. It's got killing. It's a horde. It's got shooting. It's got survivability in terms of sticking around, because Ugluk does his kill an orc or kill an Uruk and stand fast. I think this is probably one of the strongest lists at 550. That's a very sweeping statement. I would say, without having played enough games of the new scenarios, it's got the ability to get where it needs to be. It's got march on every single hero, although you'll probably be using the might off the Orc Captain first. It's got spear supports. It's a strong battle line. 42 models at 550 is very good. I think it'll do well.
Yeah, I wonder how it does with the new scenarios. Obviously, I haven't even played all of the new scenarios yet. I've almost played all of them. But yeah, obviously, I'm sure a number of lists that we've seen do well at, like, Into the West, for example, might not do as well now, obviously, with the new lists added in, the new scenarios and things. But I think it should still sort of be in the mix. So what do we think, though? Adam, you've used Scouts. You used Scouts at Into the West, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most balanced lists in the game because you've got everything. You don't have anything that's amazing, but you've got a lot of tools. You've got lots of disposable might, which, come on, like 7 might at 550. I mean, maybe Earl the Young gets that, but it's not guaranteed. I think, average might count, I don't know what it is, but I'd imagine it'd be about 5, maybe. But yeah,
and
so
you're only really needing to use the might for moves, aren't you? Like, you're not really going to be striking.
You're not striking.
Ugluk, like,
you're not striking.
So your moves are much, but
moves,
it's a good amount.
Yeah, I think it's really solid. I've got a question though. Interestingly, you've got both your banners as Urukai. Is that for the courage?
That's one thing about it that's good. Yeah, the movement is good as well, and also just wanting to have max spears with the captain. So and like, you have a lot of 5/4 strength for Uruks anyway. So I just think the banners, the movement is good. The courage, like you say. So
I think it's good, especially if you want to hide one as well. So you can hide one. Like,
there you go.
8 inches and
exactly. And then cool. I think arguably the list has kind of got a little bit better as well with legacies coming out, like Malher. So I think in this list before, you'd have the Scout Captain, who is 10 points cheaper than Malher, and then maybe you were taking like Grishnak or something instead of the Orc Captain. But the Orc Captain, we were talking about this, Denby, he's D6 instead of D5. There's just... Grishnak's not as good as he was last edition. The Orc Captain still brings you March. For cheaper, he's 10 points less. And now you have those 10 points extra to upgrade the Scout Captain to Malher, who's a 3-attack 5/5 hero, rather than your 2 attacks with the Scout Captain. So Malher's pretty good.
Yeah, no, this is better. Yeah.
The problem I always found with the list is you can never rely on Ugluk to do anything at all. So at best, the best way I found to use him is you just kind of sit him at the back, maybe kill an orc every turn if you're fighting something that's D7. And then when you really have to, you can put him in on a fight. But as soon as you go like, oh, he'll fight these 2 dudes, he'll immediately lose the fight, rolling a 2 high and then die.
You better get him into a fight for troop on his own, and Ugluk having like 3 friends and a banner in that fight. To try and get the kill.
Yeah, exactly. I think
that's use case.
Going for the double banners is probably the best way to run this list, because as soon as you're playing to the death, you're turning what is kind of one of your worst scenarios into a much better one, because you can just hide. You just spend an hour and 45 minutes or an hour and a half, whatever it is, just hiding.
Yeah.
You've got the mobility to do so, and you just win on the banner points, and that's it.
Yeah.
As simple as. Whereas the drum, it's like I discussed with you, Elliot. It doesn't affect the orcs at all, which means by the time you get to the fight, you're like, well, it's great that I've got all these orcs fighting one-on-ones, but realistically, every other battle line in the game has got spears except hobbits, and therefore you're fighting at a disadvantage while you're waiting for your orcs to get there. The only potential a drum has is if you drum your orcs up so they can then move half and shoot while your orcs are catching up. But I would almost immediately guarantee you're spending the 2 might on the orc captain to just march up the board anyway.
Yeah, it just makes sense to just lose the 2 might. Everything's there where you want it, but now you've got 2 banners, which is great for a whole host of different situations. So
because
like go
on.
And you've got to remember that now there's a lot more scenarios that penalize having heroes that are quite easy to kill. So having a drummer run away last turn, lose a couple of EPs, also not ideal.
Yeah. It's also like Adam touched on. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Adam made a really good point I was going to reinforce, and I've forgotten what it was.
Adam generally makes good points. Here we go.
Adam's point around it being very well balanced, it is very true, and it also has the capability to deal with monsters, because Ugluk can make the dudes fearless, which is really, really useful. And having the 8-inch move really messes with the eagle screech, because you've still got lads, if you've positioned well, outside of that 6-inch screech that can then still affect the charge of that ensuing turn. And also with the +1 to wound, it means you can actually take down the monsters when you've got them trapped.
Maho
you've got loads of models.
3 to wound, baby.
I would be very surprised if this list wasn't one of the top 5, because I think it just is probably one of the best at 550.
550.
Can Elliot do it?
That was kind of why I painted it up.
Malher can't get +3 to wound. He gets +2.
Oh, is it not? Oh, okay.
No, his special rule is he
takes captain.
You're thinking of the scout captain, who is 2-handed, can get animosity and the head taker rule as well. Meets back on the menu.
Malher.
But Malher strength 5, re-rolling all wounds with +2 to wound with 3 attacks.
Oh, it's re-rolling +2. Yeah,
that's right. Almost better, I'd say, re-rolling everything, because it adds some consistency. But
6 dice. 12 dice, I guess, if you need to re-roll.
You know what this list reminds me of? Ash, fantastic point with the screech, by the way. But this list really reminds me of last edition, when Ash said that he liked to take Witch King Slithan just because it was like the only list in the game where you can just put it down with your eyes closed and know you've got a chance in every scenario and every matchup.
Yeah,
this
totally agree.
Is that list this edition?
At this low points level, for sure.
Yeah. You've always got a chance.
I'd say with the kind of new edition of big heroes being more encouraged this edition, as soon as you play Contest or Lead from the Front or Lords of Battle, you're less happy about it. But Contest is still winnable in the right situation. If you can trick your opponents into charging a single orc, and then Ugluk moves and goes, "Hey, nice orc you've got there, buddy." Yoink, kills it. You can stop a kill, you can stop a heroic combat, and then Ugluk can go off and do his own thing. That's one of my favourite tricks with this list, is your opponent's big hero, that Aragorn, is charged a single orc, and you go, "Okay, no heroic combat for you. I'm giving +1."
That is really fun.
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that, so that will be going in the bag for Deweys. Lovely.
You're welcome. If you win the
event,
is really
credit
fun. Me.
We will credit any heroics, just not in the team rankings.
I think the final thing to note is, reading through the new scenarios, there's a much heavier focus on moving and getting to places around the board. And I don't think there's a better list in the game that can do that and also have a high model count, and also do the same damage output.
Yeah. Yeah,
brilliant.
It's super, super good. This is my replacement for Azog's Hunters, which was my low point list of last edition. So, and Uruk-hai, funnily enough, was kind of the bane of my Azog's Hunters when I played them. So it's sort of, the passing of the torch, if you like. I do want to run it at higher points, Denby. You've run it at like 700 and stuff with like
800,
70 models.
749 and 750.
There you go. And what, like 70 models at 800 or something?
I think it was almost like 71 or 72. I can't remember precisely. But it was, you'd look at your opponent across the table and they'd be like, okay, I've finished my third warband, and I'd be like, I've got 2 more left. Just,
it's fine. But now I've painted all the scouts. I sort of can't bring myself to do another 30. Like, I have my 550 list. I've moved on to another project. I'm probably never going to go back and paint another 30 scouts. Like, let's be honest. I've sort of closed that door. But 550 is good. So, okay, we shall leave it there for my Ugluk Scouts, and we shall move on to, here we go, the spiciness of this podcast. We are looking at 2 similar but not so similar lists, sort of a different take on the same sort of flavour of list here. We have 2 Moria lists here for the Spotify listeners, which we saw very recently. Ashley Kenny at Woolpit win the GBHL 100 with Moria. So we have 2 lists here, one from Sam and one from James. So they're both leaning into the monster sort of take here on Moria. So we have Sam's, first of all, who has 2 dragons, 550 points. The leader has fly and breathe fire, and then the second dragon just has fly. So 2 models, that's it. And then we have James Goebel. This man loves a cave drake, who has a 5 model list led by Jurazag with a Mirkwood hunting spider and then triple cave drake. Ash, does James own the 3 cave drakes, or is he
owns
getting one?
2, and I think it was Rob Howard that has lent him the 3rd cave drake.
Needs to step up his cave drake game.
All I'm saying is shout out to Rob, and also blame Rob if you unfortunately have to play James. And he totally annihilates you with that 3rd cave drake. There's only one man that's at fault for this.
Triple cave drake. So where do we want to start with this one? Shall we talk about Sam's, I guess, because it's at the top? The double dragon. How many models is he going to breathe fire over? Is it going to win the event? Ashley Walger, I'm coming to you first.
Oh, that is not great, because I don't really know what they do. I've heard this. I'm going to quickly go on to. I'm going to pass the buck.
Have a little read before the time.
Okay. I'm going to go. I'm already on Tabletop Admiral.
I thought Sam would have been sort of like theory hammering with you, and such.
So the big deal of this list, and it's something that hopefully people are aware of, and I'm not going to cause the traumatization of other people, is you charge your normal dragon in to like a bunch of models. Your very naive opponent surrounds it, trapping it, and then you go, cool, I'm going to breathe fire that model there. And you hope that you actually fail in the way and hit your own dragon. Now, the reason why is because it's within 2 inches of the target. If you hit your dragon, you're then hitting a 130 millimeter circle. Well, that's the diameter. 2 inches from the outside of it.
Yeah.
He did tell me this.
Your dragon is immune to fire-based attacks.
Is it?
Yes. No, that's not true.
No, that's
actually wrong.
I thought
the dragon does.
I think we said about that in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did.
Well, it's got 3 fate. The
dragon
and 3
does
might,
take
so
damage.
It's got 3 fate and 3 might, and
you just accept it. You just throw your dragon out there, and it's like, oh, okay. Do I try and kill this dragon by surrounding it, or do I let it charge 1 or 2 guys and then just combat off, or do whatever the hell it wants to do, or do I just take the 50-50?
Yeah.
Do I just risk that it actually hits my guy?
Do you chase down the other dragon or something, like, and eventually try work it and then tag it off and then, jump on the first dragon? Do you have models left by that point? Yeah.
I think the problem with both of these, the dragon list specifically, is that they are only carriage 6+.
Yeah, I feel that is something that has been overlooked when I've been hearing people kind of talk about, like, there is still the same sort of thing exists. Like, obviously it has the will and fine, but
so I think
what times have you rolled a snake eyes?
What you're going to find is with heroic defense, it's unbelievably hard to do wounds to the dragons, because they've got 5 attacks. So I played it with Army of Erebor the other day, 800 points.
Oh yeah, you
right?
did. Yeah. Was it 3 dragons?
It was 3 dragons, yeah. And I'll tell you what, there was only one turn the guy didn't roll a 6. Oh, what does he do? Just spend a might.
Yeah.
Then you've got to strike up and try and beat 8. Not easy to do. And then they've got 5 attacks and knock you down as well. Because you're probably trying to use your might to strike. You might have a mover who can do a random move or whatever. Fine. But these guys, they've got loads of might. They've got heroic defense. They've got 4 attacks, 5 on a charge. They fight 8. It's like, I've played with the Balrog. The Balrog's got less attacks, no might, and is more points. It's like, these guys are
3 might
good.
on a model that gets monstrous charge at 5 attacks at 5/8. Shoot value
This is
2+
Sam's new
for the
Gulliver,
fire.
and he has 2 of them.
Genuinely, they've taken Gulliver and gone, he was too good. Let's take away his wings and not let him fly at all. I've got an idea. Let's make a new flying monster that can also have an unbelievably powerful shooting attack, and give it extra might and give it heroic defense. And I mean, I guess the survival instinct, you could just double 1 and then cheerio.
But if you've got will and might in the store when that happens anyway, then you're not running still.
The other thing you got to remember is because it has Harbinger of Evil, it isn't affected by any Harbingers, so it is always only the 6+. You can't make it worse.
It's affected by Ancient
Evil, with
right?
drums in the deep.
Oh, okay. So those 2 do then. Fair enough.
Okay.
Actually, to be fair, I don't know if Ancient Evil's even a thing anymore, is it?
I think it is still.
Let's have a look at Sauron.
It is a special rule, I think.
I think it's drums in the deep.
No, it's Harbinger.
It's courage tests. It's not Harbinger.
Yeah. One thing I think you guys are slightly forgetting is that shooting exists. Any strength 3 shooting has got good potential against this. Dale will absolutely shit on it if it gets a chance to shoot 2 or 3 turns.
Sam's not necessarily sure about that.
Well, let's just look at it this way. If you get a couple of Windlance shots in with all the bonuses that they get and the strength 3 bows, you're probably taking your dragon off the table in shooting. Probably. Let's say you start 24 inches away. It's happening.
Yeah.
Because you've got like what is it, 13, 14 bows and 2 Windlances? Yeah. I don't think it's gonna ruin your day necessarily. I don't think it's guaranteed, but I don't think the double dragon is as, and cut to me in a week's time when I've been traumatized by it. I don't think it's as bad as you're all thinking it is, because there's still magic that can deal with it.
Yeah,
it can still lose on objectives because it's 2 models.
Not 550 probably, but
I think the biggest counter to this list is anything like with magic, because once you get rid of the will, these guys are really fragile. So your Minas Morgul's do a couple of drain courages, and then your orcs just like wounding on 5s.
I think it's unmodified, isn't it?
Is it?
I think the Blades of the Dead is unmodified, but I don't know if that's unmodified.
From your still, current, if you're reducing the will, you do the odd compel to one of them, you let the other one come towards you. You go in with your fearless orcs.
Wait, or you put it this way. Let's say some Giga Chad took a Sauron list, which I was thinking about for this event. He just sits at 18 inches away and goes, drain courage, drain courage, drain courage, drain courage, and they've got to either choose to resist it,
or let it go.
Or let it go. And at the point where they're down to like courage 9+, he just then chill souls them. And if they move towards Sauron, he's like, cool, I'll compel you and smash you.
Yeah.
So
the Sauron meta.
Yeah.
The Elliot Claude from you there, Denby.
Well, Elliot Claude's actually brought ballistas, so he's equally not too afraid of dragons. He's gone for Defenders in Helm's Deep because he's wanted to run it for ages. So
Assault on Helm's Deep?
Assault on Helm's Deep. It's all the same. I think this list is good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I think when you've only got 5 dice to win the fight and you've only got that 6 might, you still, over the course of 7 games, will have an upsie where you just roll badly for 2 turns and then you have to spend resources.
Yeah, obviously, if first turn or second turn, sorry, Denby, like you roll a 4 high on 5 dice, you spend 2 might, now you're down to 1 might, and you're like, oh, then next turn, like you're just really sort of on edge for the rest of the game now. So that can happen very easily.
Yeah, if the player who runs this list only rolls 6s, this is a list where they can just blitz the entire event, win 7-0. I'm not saying that's not a situation, but we all know how dice work, and this list does not survive rolling poorly for a turn or two.
You've got to remember that only moving 2 models and having the brief fire attack means you can do that for ages, and it's such a good shooting weapon. You've got basically, I mean, sure it's 12 inches to hit, but you've got 6 inches to then fly back next turn. It's not that easy to cap. You have to spread your models out. You have to deal with this sort of stuff.
But let's say you're playing the fortification point scenario where your opponent can just swarm over the board, cover the objectives.
No, totally understand that one. That one's a very, very good specific example of where any shooting list can't do anything,
then,
which is what I mentioned earlier.
Things like destroy the supplies, like can the dragons get all of the supplies while also defending? Like, I
don't think
things,
so. No.
Things like that.
Yeah, destroy the supplies would probably be bad.
Like, let's say you come up against Ugluk scouts on destroy the supplies. They've got banners. They just keep Ugluk and the 2 banners safe by spacing you out, by basically putting blocks where your massive fuck off 130
just won't fit between the bases, and you spread that across the whole board.
Who here's actually played against the dragons this edition?
I've never played against a dragon, period. So
no.
How obnoxiously difficult is it for them to find spots where their bases can fit in certain situations on certain boards?
Oh yeah, the 130 mil base. Yeah, I saw one on Farmer's Watcher, and
it's big.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I'm not saying it's impossible. Again, it's not impossible, but it is a big base.
Yeah.
But then if they can fly, they can just pick the point where they want to be, and then just blast you from there. So it's like you kind of have to engage them where they want.
Yes, I suppose.
If you've got bows, then you just sit there away and just keep shooting them. Yeah, like with scouts, I would just sit there and shoot.
Like if you can spread your bows out so there's more than 2-inch gap between them, and they choose to breathe fire on 1 bow a turn.
Yeah, fine.
If you've got strength 3 bows, or
you've got so many models.
Yeah,
you got to remember in combat they are. You say you're waiting for them to whiff, but with 5 attacks on the charge, it's quite good.
I'm just saying it's not. It's not as reliable as you say.
I'll have to see.
No, you're not.
Immune
to bad dice.
I respect your point that they won't. There is potential matchups like the 2 you just mentioned, very, very good examples where they could come unstuck. However, I think they will be a massive pain to play against.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't mean I'm not up for the challenge.
Yes. So
let's move on
from Sam's list, to the Cave Drake. James's triple Cave Drake, where Juzag, I've seen some kind of comments about this, like on whether he can or can't technically enrage the Cave Drakes, and that's a little bit sort of
they've got the beast special
a bit.
Yeah.
So I think they can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you can.
Is ruled which way, but I'm thinking that they can.
That's why he's taking this list. So
James is thinking you can do it. So I think we should discuss it as if you can, because I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be played. If other people are going to play differently, unit type beast, enraged beast only requires a beast word. I don't really see an issue.
Yeah, as anybody who argues against that, I'm sorry. It's enraged beast. Is the Cave Drake a beast?
Yep.
Maybe I've seen the discourse on something else then, but I'm pretty sure it was on this. I thought.
I think the discourse is about
because
whether
it says range.
Is about the lack of range on the special.
Oh, is it the range? Maybe it's
just
that.
Yeah.
Well, then you just.
It's because it says range self.
That was it. It was the range. Yeah.
Druzag himself is not a beast, is it?
No.
So what is the range on it then?
Yeah.
What is the range?
I think it's people are rolling it as whatever it was last edition. It's as simple as that.
I wonder what Dewey's doing it for.
I'm immediately going to message Dewey. It's going to be epic.
The other rule is supposedly beasts can only be taken in his warband, and the Cave Drake is a beast, and you're like, it's something along those lines.
It's also isn't it a minor or an independent hero?
It's a minor hero.
It's a minor.
Hero, so you can't put minor heroes in another person's warband.
So therefore, you can't take Cave Drakes at all. What? That's a stupid reading of the rules.
About that as well. Yeah.
If you're that kind of rules reader, then get out of here.
No.
Rules as written, though.
Let's go back to the list, though. It's pretty cool. It has 2 models that can pick up objectives, one model that can pick up objectives.
And it's your leader.
However, it's a very Goble list, isn't it?
It is. Triple Cave Drake on 330mm bases.
Yeah. What I would say is if this list comes up against the Dragon list, you just have a sad time. Because you just breathe fire on a Cave Drake.
What do you mean? You've got 2 fate. Oh no, that's Ondra's hack.
Yeah.
I think
fate,
it'll... 4+.
What is the Cave Drake stat line? Yeah, I mean, Cave Drake's
pretty
chunky.
5/7, strength 7, D7, I think.
Yeah.
And then it'll go up to fight 9, strength 9, 6 attacks.
It's got all of the same amazing characteristics that we talked about that a dragon has, as in it's a monster, high fight, it's got lots of attacks, it's got monstrous charge, it's resistant to magic. Monstrous charge being the big one, because that means it can totally just kill so much stuff. And then you pair that with the Enraged Beast, as Elliot said, fight 9, strength 9, 6 attacks. You're having a really bad time. It's also 8-inch move.
Yes.
But again, the bases are large.
It's only 100mm base on the Cave Drake.
Yes, it is smaller, but that's still pretty big.
No, sorry, 130 is huge for Cave Drake. Yeah, but it was already sort of a problem before for the Cave Drake, so now they've also made that.
It's still got the eggs, which make it fearless. Which I think the way I've seen people reading the rule, which I think is the correct version, is that any eggs make them fearless. Which is just like you basically put them over where you want to be, and then you go, cool. I don't need Druzag to cast Fury or whatever it is.
Yeah, so
and it's within how far from the X?
Friendly nest marker.
3. Okay.
A Cave Drake has a further special rule. A Cave Drake.
You've got 3 of them.
Talking about, it doesn't say this Cave Drake.
Yeah, a Cave Drake. So
yeah, but while within 3 inches, a Cave Drake. So a Cave Drake. Yeah, exactly. It's any nest marker. Yeah. The other thing that this list has that's actually really sleeper good is Writhing Vines. It's one of the if you haven't played against someone using Lothlorien well, like Luke Hilda is the one I'm going to use the example of.
Yellowborn.
It's an incredibly obnoxious spell, and Druzag can just channel it twice in a row, putting him down to 3 will and 0 might, but also you don't really care about his might that much. And you just make the difficult terrain, you remove charge bonuses, you stop your own models getting trapped because models can't get round. It's a very flexible, very good spell.
Yeah, so I learned this the hard way in my first event of the new edition when I played Loth with my Men of the West and I charged in my LSR into 2 models. I was like, oh yeah, great, let's get the killing going, baby. Oh, Writhing Vines. Oh, okay. That sucks.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that was bad, but anyway. And my leggy was there as well, which I won't be doing that again. Any final comments on the Monster Mash list? Are we going to see one of these 2 podium at the event?
Potentially. I mean, the Cave Drakes are really good. I mean, the Cornered Beast special, I'm just reading it. If it loses a draw and is trapped, it can strike against all the models within an inch of it. And that's a strength 4 hit.
Oh yeah, that's the new...
That's pretty mental.
Beast rule.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty low might, but again, Adam said you're looking around 5 might at 550, which I think is kind of true, and this list has got 5 might. So it's also got a cheeky paralyze from the Mirkwood Spider if it goes off.
Sheesh.
Very tasty.
If you're a standard Arn or Minas Tirith or whatever battle line, I don't see how you deal with this list.
No. And it can also block off so much of the board as those 3 bases.
Because that's a foot's width worth of Cave Drake. It's 3 lots of 100 millimeters is how you have to think of it. So that's basically 12 inches, albeit there's rounded bits.
It's a foot drake.
Yeah, it's a foot drake. It's into feet.
The other thing, which if James is going second, whichever hero you charge into said cave drake, Josiah comes along and goes, "You are now super epic." How many heroes can strike beyond Fight 9? Not very many.
Yeah, it's very much good luck with that one, buddy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Have fun against my mega foot drake.
Which, you charge all your models into it, and even if you do win the fight, it survives, and then it goes rah.
It does with its little T-Rex arms.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it'll probably do a lot better than people think it will. But then also, if Goebel's playing it, he might just decide to do something silly for fun.
That is also a possibility. Okay, we shall leave it there for the Moria list. Very interesting stuff in this new meta world we live in the new edition of SBG. And we shall move on to a Defenders of the Hornburg list here, which was sent over to us by the guest we were due to have here tonight, David Clubley, but he cancelled on the day, which is very disappointing from Clubley. We expected better from our representatives at the GBHL Bugle, but he is not here. But his list was already in the deck, so we may as well talk about it. It is a 40 model list at 550 points. It's led by Hera, the Bride of Death with shield, and then 2 captains of Rohan, who are leading a load of warriors of Rohan with shields, bows, throwing spears. There are 3 riders of Rohan in there, and 1 with a banner as well. So I think it's almost max models ish. In those warbands, maybe like a couple off, but 40 models. You're a Fight 3 horde. I've looked into this list like a fair amount. I haven't actually played it yet. I do own Hera though, but you're a Fight 3 horde, but you're dominant 2 everywhere. Naturally, there's no conditions on that. But your D5 max, there's a fair amount of D4 in there with the bows, or am I? No, yeah, he's got like over 10 D4 models. Hera's obviously super good. Fight 6. Opponents can't strike against her. Rerolls everything to wound. So like she's good. The captains are obviously just, vulnerable to being killed in those scenarios where that's important. 40 models is good, obviously, when you're dominant 2, but are they going to be alive at the end of the game? I'm not too sure. What do we think on this one?
I think it's a really good model count. It's
got a lot. Me and Clubby have played this.
Oh, you've played it, have you, Ash?
Yeah, I've played against Clubby with this, and Hera, the Bride of Death, is so good.
Yeah.
It's such a classic Clubby, really strong battle line. Lots of bows, lots of shooting.
Is it though? No.
Is it a strong battle line? It's Fight 3, Strength 3, Defense 5.
It's not strong battle
line. Sorry. A large battle line. There's lots of models here. Backed up by a bunch of might.
I think they're just going
to die. They might
and
just die, but they're going to kill a lot of you with throwing weapons and bows.
This is the one that gets dominant too, right?
Yeah. So that is the best thing about
it. It's like a slower Ugluk Scouts, but with Dom 2.
It's not though, because there's no strength 4. There's no strength 4. There's no fight 4. +1 to wound.
Yeah, but there's 13 bows, which is basically the same, but they're weaker, longer range, and then 13 throwing weapons.
This is a horde skirmish list.
13 throwing weapons is not bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is an anti-horde horde. So this is Clubly going, if I have to play into the Moria spam list, this is what this is for. The 60 whatever model only Moria Goblin list. I think that's what this is good at. But if you play this into Arnor, for example, which is just a better battle line, you will just lose. It doesn't matter if you're Dom 2, if you just lose more than half of your models.
It does die quickly.
There are lots of lines in the game that I think are better than this. Most things that Clubly's going to face, he is going to be getting out for in the battle line. I would predict.
What's the average model count? Do you know?
I don't. But obviously, usually at lower points, people try to go for more sort of horde-ish kind of battle lines if they are running those kind of lists. Unless now there's monsters and things like that. But your 40 models, which is good, but you're not winning any shooting wars. And once you get into combat, most things are probably going to mince you in combat. Sure, you're dominant 2 everywhere, but by the time that's relevant at the end of the game, your army's probably gone.
You do have a much better leader though. Hera is really good.
Hera is super good. I'm not gonna take anything away. Then like the 2 captains Rohan, like sure they're fine, but like in scenarios where having heroes not die and be really bad, they're sort of as bad as they get. Like obviously Ugluk Scouts has the orc captain, which is also fight for D6, but
these captains are D5. These captains are D5. Yeah. D5, they don't have shield or armor. Don't have shield or heavy armor. They're just D5. So, yeah,
and you have 2.
I think this list is, like I say, it's an anti-horde skirmish list. As soon as it fights anything D6, anything fight 4 D6 that's like 32 to 40-ish models, it will just lose, unfortunately. David Clubley is a very good player. I can't not say he's a very good player.
He could do well with this list.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. But I think this just gets unstuck against anything that's fight 4 and D6, because it doesn't matter if you're Dom 2 if you've killed 3 of your opponent's models and they've quartered you.
Yeah.
It's as simple as
they're going to kill more than 3 with shooting, I would argue. But yeah, I can see your points. You're making valid points. The battle line does just die.
Let's go back to the Arnor point. If you try and shoot off against Arnor, the Arnor's just going to win.
It is. How many people are going to bring down Arnor, though?
I reckon we'll see 2 or 3.
Shout out to my next painting project.
Wow.
So lemon on the Instagram content, ladies and gents. It does open up a little bit of like a wider conversation. Like I thought in the new edition, like when we saw Defense of the North released, it came with AOL, it came with the Dragon Emperor, it came with Bjornings, which had a load of hype, behind it in the first sort of few months it was released and things. And for the new edition, obviously, there's all this War of the Rohirrim stuff, but none of it has been like sort of meta, has been in those top sort of lists in the game. It's why I bought Hera and things like that, because I thought surely one of these lists is going to be like really, really good. But they're just not, are they? They're not really that sort of good.
No, I think this list is all right. It is all right. It's
okay. I just mean like it's not in the same sort of stratosphere as those other lists that we saw come in supplements, and then were sort of immediately sort of some of the best lists.
I think the problem is I've picked out it's one massive flaring weakness, which is anything that can almost equal the numbers and fight it slightly better. Against Ugluk Scouts, I think this is going to be okay against Ugluk Scouts, because it's got the strength 3 shooting and the 13 throwing spears. Like, it will kill stuff on the way in, and it'll give it a good go. And also, Ugluk Scouts doesn't really have a way of dealing with Hera.
No.
She can just like walk through it.
Yeah.
As long as she.
But then I think the Scouts list probably walks through this in terms of like model for model sort of fights.
Depends how many kills with shooting, though.
The thing is, the throwing weapons will do quite a lot.
If there's a lot of shooting on the way in, then but there's a world where you don't lose too many.
I have had I've got some correspondence to clarify for our viewers a little bit about in range beast. So it's going to be 6 inches is what Dewey has ruled.
He's ruled 6 inches for okay.
Did you not hear that?
It was? I did. Is that what it was last edition?
So it's to be in line with the Isengard. It's to be in line with one of the other shamans that's got it.
Oh, okay.
Is what he said.
In the new edition.
I'm clearly lagging.
Okay.
In the new edition, it says he said 6 inches to be in line with the Isengard Orc Shaman. I don't know how they have in Rage Beast, but that's what he said. Also, the Mirkwood Hunting Spider does not have Richard Cobain. The Mirkwood Hunting Spider does not have a shooting attack that paralyzes. Just to clarify.
Oh, it doesn't anymore.
James and Sam will be laughing at that.
Yeah, the Mirkwood Hunting
make
Spider
a quizzical face.
It's the fighty one, not the shooty one.
Yeah,
I see.
I was going to comment on it not being the shooty one, but
you know. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. we shall leave it there for this Defenders of the Hornburg list, and we shall move on to a Depths of Moria list. Ashley Walger, we are going to have your comments here on the Balrog, as you used it recently at the Nations Cup.
World champion, this guy.
Yippee!
Let me run through the list very quickly, though, for these Spotify listeners. So the Depths of Moria, 550 points, 27 models.
Don't get the honours.
The Balrog, it's not your list, so that's why, the Balrog, 2 Goblin Captains, and then all 3 heroes have 8 Goblins, 4 with Shield, 4 with Spear, 27 models. Ashley Walger, your thoughts on this one?
So I think Denby can, what's the word? Back me up on this, that I have been talking to the person who I think is running this list. He may be a member of any heroics. Concur, I think that's what the word I was looking for. Denby
this
can
is
concur
that person.
With this point. Amazing. So the Balrog is being taken to stop the monster mash that will be perceived to be taking place that we have seen so far. Because what's better than any monster in the game? The Balrog, who can whip them and just destroy them with Fight 10. He's also immune to fire attacks, as mentioned earlier, so breathing fire does nothing. You can basically, in a monster matchup, use your Fearless Goblins to go all around the board and get the objectives, and have like the 2 captains nearby, a few goblins with you to just absolutely destroy the rest of your opponent's monsters, and the Balrog will do that absolutely fantastically. I was a little bit concerned about this playing a conventional list, something like Clublies that we just saw, because I feel like you can quarter this very, very quickly with only having 27 models, and the player is going to have to really think about how sparingly he can lose the goblins before he 25%, because they are going to die, and you don't want to 25% too quickly before the Balrog has had time to do the damage that it needs to do in this list.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that, chaps?
I don't think 27 models is enough, because the sole purpose of the goblins is just to hold
Die
space.
slowly. Yeah.
And give yourself enough time for the Balrog to go around, as you were saying. Yeah, it's really hard to break this list. But even then, if a dragon charges a Balrog and just goes in, I don't even know if it needs to call defense, because you've got 4 attacks coming back that wound on 4s. You've got 3 fate. I would just save the might to just be getting that 6, which the Balrog isn't necessarily getting. So on a turn where you don't have priority, if you charge in with a dragon, then you can't counter with the Fearless Goblins. I think you could do a lot of damage, because you don't knock the Balrog down.
No.
They don't have heroic strength, do they?
That's only for making strikes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Still,
so you can't strength and knock someone down now.
You've still got 5 attacks, wounding on 5s. Don't know. You could do some damage.
With might, and then also, obviously, having 5 attacks, you do get the monstrous charge still, don't you? So you're 5 attacks on the charge, with might behind to win the fight to the Balrog's 4 with no might. So
you can cook the goblins and then just,
you still get the +1 attack with monstrous charge. So you do get 5 attacks, but it's just not good enough.
Yeah,
you might do 1 or 2 wounds, and then you
that 54% chance of the Balrog just rolling a 6 and being like, well, this dragon's mine for the rest of the game then.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
I think where this struggles is against those conventional battle lines. Arnor, the Defenders of the Hornburg we just saw. Probably Vince's list really does well on this. You just move the Sons of El, they kill the goblins, and then you go for objectives.
Like 1 or 2 turns once the battle lines meet against a more conventional list with the roughly 35 to 40 model count. Even 1 or 2 turns of the Balrog not doing what it needs to do, those lists will kill a lot of goblins.
I think you guys are labouring under the misapprehension that the Balrog player is just going to let you fight the goblins.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's the thing, right?
that's what Ash was saying.
Yeah.
Depending on
That's what I was saying at the
sort of
start.
where you engage,
Hide the
and
27 goblins at the back of the board and just watch as the
It's not even that. It's that if your Balrog is within range of, so the Balrog threat range, if you've got a goblin captain to march them up, is actually really far.
Was this something you found out in the Nations Cup, Ashley?
I knew that. I worked this out.
It's 19 inches.
He's cooking.
As soon as the Balrog is in amongst your lines doing shit, if you then go after the goblins, the Balrog goes, cool, I can just heroic combat back towards my own goblins. So you need a reliable way to charge the Balrog. You need enough might to keep the Balrog there, and you need to be able to stop the Balrog from winning the fight and heroic combating backwards. So
the fact it moves 8 inches backwards is massive,
it's really tall. So obstacles which stop it moving over,
as you might have seen on stream, ladies and gentlemen,
with the classic Gollum's gamers cheating on stream, as we love to say.
Fake news.
Absolutely
not. It didn't happen. That is
very fake.
It's just provably untrue. There wasn't any cheating in the stream. I just like to quash that. It was a joke. The Balrog is really tall, so anything that's less than half its height, you just walk over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's got the whip. So if you are running away from it and it moves to within 8 and shoots you,
come here, dragon. Come here.
The problem is that Balrog does have a lot of answers to a lot of situations of just, okay, yeah, sure, let's say you then do get to the goblins, but it's 27 goblins who have a banner effect, they've got shields, they've got spears.
Yeah.
That battle line is surprisingly strong if it's their 3 dice versus your 2. And if the Balrog hasn't even the numbers up, then
I think, Denver, your stronger point is around the player not letting you get to the goblins, because you've got to think in a lot of scenarios, if the game ends on a 1 or a 2 when you break, you're in so much trouble. Yeah. If there's games where they end it at 25%, which again is like the other half of all games, you need to kill a lot of goblins to do that. And the player using this list could just hide, a quarter to 6 remaining. So you could leave 7, 8 in the back of the board. What are you going to do then? You can kill all the goblins where the Balrog is. You've still probably got enough goblins to do a blocking off maneuver that you need to do with the Balrog, and you've got the might. I can see your argument. I don't know. I think objectives could be its undoing, just because if you need to split the goblins away, now you're starting to have a little bit more of an issue.
Yeah, 100%. But it is a question of, if the Balrog player is competent, which he's arguably one of the most competent British players of all time, and a recent world champion. Whoa.
I keep thinking you're saying world champion.
He is a recent world champion. You don't march the Balrog up with a line of goblins next to him and then just do a line fight and the Balrog just fights. And that's not, you don't play the list like that.
It does give you so many options. It's so fun. It genuinely, those Balrog is fun to use because he's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, Adam, final thoughts.
Yeah, it's really hard to stop this list. You just got to play the mission. Because if you play the mission right, the Balrog can only be in one place at one time. And yes, I know you guys are saying it's got really good mobility. It does with the free combats. And if the whip hits, then it's got a 19-inch threat range after a march. It's really, really good. But equally, if there's terrain, Balrogs are super easy to stop. You just put a couple of shielding warriors nearby that aren't supported, and then a couple of other shields behind them. That Balrog is doing nothing all game.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
If you know how to play against it, it's very easy to stop a Balrog.
You can.
But you can just barge at that point. Sorry.
Yeah, and you can barge only one additional model in addition to the one that you're actually barging if you're not supporting. So that's going to take you a very long time.
Okay.
What Adam's saying is, if you position 4 models, you can stop it for a couple of turns, which is totally true. And in those couple of turns, you need the Balrog to not be stopped.
If you're just stopping it with 5-point other goblins, or 6-point orcs with a shield, or 9-point warriors and Ministerial with shields, that's fine. Because At 550, you need that barrel to be doing the work.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the final thought on this Depths of Moria list. We shall leave it there.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Is it good? Is it bad? How do you think it's going to do?
Oh, hell
but we
yeah,
shall move on.
Oh, it's definitely good.
Ashley Walger's
God, what a lemon list from me.
Let me hand over to the ginger here.
I don't know. I don't think any of the viewers can see this, but I am baffled as to why Denby keeps changing his name to different things. I don't know what type of score he's keeping.
If anyone can work it out.
But it's put me off a lot.
Yeah. They might be able to see.
What kind of code are you doing?
I hope they can, because otherwise they won't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, you may have thought taking a rogue list. I've never taken something like this before. However, you would be wrong, and that is because I am taking Riders of Theoden. And as everybody knows, there's one thing that I hold dearest to my heart, and that is a 6-inch banner. And now, guess what? My man Gambling has down below there at the bottom. He now has a 6-inch banner, and it's better than Saladin's because any Rohan hero that spends any might point at any time on a 6 gets that back. And as Debbie mentioned earlier, if you're good at rolling 6s, you've got a hell of a lot of might. Anyway,
better
I just teased
than
it then.
Saladin? Jesus Christ, Ash, you must be onto another
I'm
win
trying to hype
here.
myself up here. I'm trying to hype myself up. So I'm taking Riders of Theoden. Unfortunately, I couldn't spend the final point, so I am at 549 points.
I think you've been on record before on the pod as saying that, if you can't find a way to spend that last point, then you're a bad player.
Yes, that is true. And you will find that. If you go through the pods, you will find that in the old edition. Whereas in this edition,
it was
they have really limited the way you can spend points. Nevertheless, I've got, as I said, Riders of Theoden, 10 models, 1 bow, no throwing spears, potentially controversial. I've got Theoden as my leader, of course. He's got heavy armor shield and Snowmane. I've then got 4 Rohan Royal Guard with him on horse. I've then got Aemir with 5-foot armor and shield, 12-inch moving horse. Very, very excited to use that. I've then got Dalewyne on horse, and he is leading 1 rider of Rohan, so my only bow, pew pew. And then I've got the aforementioned Gambling, captain of Rohan on a horse and with the royal standard of Rohan, and he is leading my final Rohan Royal Guard on horse.
I have to jump in here and say, I think maybe like the biggest buff to Rise of Theoden of the new edition is these cracked horse names. What the fuck is this? Snowmane and Firefoot.
Yeah,
they're leveling up.
It's named horses with special rules. Theoden lets him reroll courage checks to pass terror, and Firefoot is a 12-inch horse.
Yeah, and a 12-inch
pretty
horse.
Cracked.
Now that Aemir is fight 6 with a 12-inch horse, he's also got his epic sword, which I can't remember.
It's called Guthwine.
Yeah, it means if he's drawing any fight on fight.
No. So that's Theoden's one.
Oh, sorry.
Aemir's allows you if you. Yeah, there you go. If you roll a natural 6, you get to roll another strike. Unfortunately, those don't stack.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
It is quite impressive that Aemir manages to A, find a horse that's 12 inches and then B, ride it to war, because I mean he's at least like 6'2" in the movies. So
It's a big boy. No Dernhelm now though. The age of Dernhelm is over.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dernhelm in the previous edition was unbelievably great for
points.
Basically, Dernhelm in the last edition was so good for such few points. Now she's still really, really good, but they've just costed her appropriately. So
the Saladin treatment.
It's now just more points, and especially at 550, you kind of I wanted to get in that 4th hero. So yeah, I just had to leave her out by this one.
Yeah.
I guess the other things to know, obviously, it's still got death. Also, for any cavalry warrior models within 3 inches of Theoden or Aemir gain dominant 2. So they've only got 10 models. Potentially got with Theoden 17 dominant points in my list. So not great, but still slightly better than just the 10 models. Because I think that is one thing I could struggle with is the lack of dominant and objective play. But I kind of chose this list because, as I mentioned earlier, I think the new scenarios lean very heavily into maneuverability. Maneuverability. So if you're taking Crebain, you're having a good time. But instead of taking Crebain, I thought I'd take an all cav list. And I have wanted to take an all cav list for ages and ages and ages. I couldn't really find anything else at 550 that I thought was like
good,
really, really, tickled my fancy. So this was calling to me, and I think the amount of like little special things it has. So as Adam mentioned, Theoden's sword winning all tide fights, pairing that with Aemir fight 6, potentially going up to fight 9. I think that does allow me to have a little bit of play against the monsters that I might face.
Importantly, you only win the tie if Theoden is providing the fight value that causes the tie.
Oh, really? So when I read it, it says additionally, if a model armed with Herogrim is involved in a drawn combat.
Read the next section.
Where the combat is tied at this model's fight value. Oh no! So it's less good. It's not as good as I thought, but I mean, you can still match Theoden's fight value there, which you can get up to fight 8. But it's not too much of a big deal. Sam James mentioned that potentially I might struggle if I have to pick up objectives because I have to dismount a few of my guys. Yeah, true. No real counterpoint to that, I guess. Just the fact that they'll be dismounting as Royal Guard means that they won't run away unless Theoden dies. And if Theoden dies, everything's not going very well for you anyway.
I don't think that's that concerning, the digging up thing or picking up, because you're sacrificing one of your 16 or 14 point models, and then if you grab the light object, you just go, "Hey Theoden, have this.
Take it, please."
Yeah.
Hi, Daddy. Take this from me.
Yeah, I think the most concerning thing to me is if someone kills your 6 non-hero models, you break. So, or let's call it 5 and Daewine or something like that. It's not the end of the world, because you can just go, okay, well, no one's realistically killing all of my heroes because I'm against Ugluk scouts. So all I'll do is I'll hide this one Royal Guard at the back or something. But if you are fighting,
there was
because the other build of this
because you could have potentially.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
Go on, Ashley.
I was going to say you could have taken the 5th hero, because you have the models you spent, the points you spent on models is what, 94. So you could have spent those points on a hero with one Rider of Rohan instead. But I just think the Royal Guard give you something at fight 5. Adam, this is an epic angle, by the way. Why are you looking at the camera?
I'm desperately trying to open my window because it's so hot.
It's just
the way I'd like to see you build this is, and this is just a bit of a not as good way, I think, actually, now I look at it, is you remove 4 of the Royal Guard and one of the Riders, and you drop it to 6 models with a captain instead. But the captain isn't what it was. It doesn't go to fight 5 on the charge.
That's why I didn't take the captain. Yeah. Only been
R.I.P. the Rohan captain.
Yeah.
Because I was actually...
The only other hero you're going to take is Elfhelm. I'm sure he is good with 3 attacks. I don't know.
He's 5'4".
He's 5'4".
I was back in the day, one of your podcasts, you had me on as a guest, and I had a 10 model 800 point Riders of Theoden list, which was like 4 captains and all the named heroes, and it was a lot of fun when I used it. And I missed the old Riders of Theoden with Smash Captains list. That was a very fun one.
Yeah. What event was that for? Do you remember?
That was for
100 points.
One of Leon's events. It was a 2-day.
Shires.
Yeah, I think that was actually the one that Ash won.
That was during the Ashley Walker run, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the reign of terror.
The back-to-back, baby. Adam, final thought on this Riders of Theoden list at 500.
Adam, I want to hear what you think I should be concerned about so I can note it down?
A dragon. Dragon
Oh,
breathing fire over all of that and then making you spend all your might and fate to save your forces. For him then to win the move off next
well,
turn, to move to 12 inches away and do it again.
if I'm marching though, am I not almost there in one turn?
Yeah. So you'll have one turn of this, and then if he wants to fire into combat.
God
That's true.
forbid there's a bunch of flat roofs which it can just hop between.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
God, that would be misery, wouldn't it?
There are a couple
Yeah,
of
but
Dewey boards where there's like
you
flat
know what this list
roofs.
has though?
Yeah. What's that?
It's got excellent maneuverability and it's got a defense in there. We like a defense.
Yeah, it's got hero defense on gambling.
We like
Two
a
might.
defense.
On your 6-inch banner.
I want to shout out a story I heard. Final thoughts from Gambling's Banner, which is the guy's name's slipping my mind. Basically, he told me a story where his Theoden rolled a 4 high, spent his last point of might to get a 5, then rolled the amazing 6, which allowed him to then spend a further point of might in order to win the fight. And that's the sort of epic moves I'm here for with Gambling's Banner.
He will be doing.
That guy played me
sure.
into the West. That is exactly what happened.
Is that what happened to you today?
Yeah. That was brilliant.
That's it.
That
Nice.
couldn't happen in the old edition.
Also, 6-inch banner, it's an upgrade.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And what it means is you're getting bonuses for your might during the whole game, not like just towards the end or just causing. Because what used to happen was people just used to burn the might and merry and then just keep farming that, which meant that
That was
gambling
another
was
thing why
always
Glenn was better.
next to merry until the end of the game where other heroes would be down. But now he's consistently gives you a bit more flexibility because you can just kind of go with any sort of heroes. It doesn't matter. You can just try and just go for it. And the more might you're spending, the more chance you've got of getting back. I think it's more consistent.
Go for it, baby.
Yeah, I don't think it's categorically worse. And then, of course, the 6-inch banner is better than the 3. So I think overall it's marginally better than it was.
Yeah, I think the might is worse, but the banner is better.
But the might is only slightly worse.
The net change you're getting is also buffing all your warriors as well. And it's also, like you said, it's buffing you in the earlier turns where if you re-roll into a 6 and you don't have to spend a point of might to get a 6, even better.
Definitely. And I guess that's kind of another reason why I took the 5 Rohan Royal Guard. Because on the charge, going up to fight 5, being strength 4, 6-inch banner, they're also very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Arguably better than Elf Helm, which is why I've taken them.
Yeah, and also because you've got 40mm bases, you really do need a 6-inch banner.
Yes.
Yeah, to get the coverage. Yeah, okay, but we shall leave it there for Ash's Rite of Theoden list, and we shall move on to the Ravagers of the Shire. A very
Let's go.
interesting pick here from
What a pick.
another member of any heroics, bringing out.
What does this
Ravagers of
shaman
the
have?
Shire.
It's got, I want to say, Wither and Orc Fury. So
Yeah, that's right.
So for the Spotify listener, this is a 52 model list at 550 points, led by Golfimble, Orc Captain, not on Warg. He is just on foot. 2 Mordor Orc Captains and a Mordor Orc Shaman, leading a load of Orcs, obviously roughly 50-50 with shields and spears, 1 with a banner, and then he has 6 Warg Riders with a variety of shield and throwing spears combinations there. So 6 cav, 52 models. What do we think on this one? I had a little look at the rules. Golfimble gets free heroic combat. Go on, Debbie.
2 corrections. Sorry, it's Curse and Transfix that the Mordor Orc Shaman has in addition to Fury. And also it's 7 cav models, of which 5 have shield and throwing spear and 2 have shield.
Is it 5? 2,
It's 7.
3, 4. 1,
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh wait, no, it's 8.
It's 8. I just counted again. And it's
We're
8.
all wrong.
There we go. 8. Yeah. So lots of cav, 52 models. Yeah. And then the other rule it gets as well. The good thing is that when it outnumbers in a combat, it re-rolls to wound, or it gets +1.
+1 to wound.
+1 to wound, which is really
when you
strong.
outnumber. Yeah. So obviously there are only orcs, but there's a lot of them. So
it also affects spear supports according to the way that rule is written. because it just says you gain a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes against an enemy model that's outnumbered in combat. So these spear supports are striking a model that is outnumbered in combat.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's about so
it's just a massive horde that's really good because it's got +1 to wound. I just think it is good with the 52 models. I mean, you've got 8 cav for objective purposes, as we mentioned. If you break it, it's going to suck because all the guys are going to run away.
No, it's got a shaman.
It's also
that's true.
It's +1 courage as well, battlefield wide while Golfimble's alive.
Yeah,
so that's pretty good.
I mean,
I've just worked out what Denby's changing his scorecard for.
No spoilers.
This will give it away.
Not be able to see it.
It's only taken me an hour and a half.
Well, until you got to this list specifically. Is there a reason why he's gone for 8 cav? Are these max warbands? Must be near about
No, it is max. It is max.
Is it max? Yeah. Is there a way you can get another hero more troops? Probably not.
I think the Warg Riders are so cheap and efficient, as they were last edition, that it's not worth it because you would drop.
I just wonder, could you get 58 models? But probably not with another hero as well.
I think you want the Warg Riders. They just give you that extra bit of maneuverability.
And 8 of them is a lot. That is a hell of a lot.
He's chosen to not take the Hill Troll.
You can take a Hill Troll?
You can take a Hill Troll at this list.
Sheesh.
I'm surprised he hasn't taken the Warg on Golfimble, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I thought he would have taken that for a combat.
I think what you've got to remember is Golfimble is fight 4 and strength 4.
I think he just wants to protect.
He's got
leader,
no
right?
fate either.
Yeah.
And you have Cav anyway, to be fair. Yeah, so you don't really.
I understand he's on foot, so he can hide and lie down under a building. But I think having him on Warg also gives him
under
something.
the building.
Just to, you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember when, I don't know if any of you have watched the stream that Parkill did of the Nations Cup? No?
Yeah.
No one's
I
watched
have
it.
watched
Should
that.
back.
I did watch that.
Yeah, so I watched it. I was doing some painting, actually. It's very good material.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there was an interesting game, like right at the end, where Ugluk was kept at the back against Ben. And loads of people in the comments or people were just saying, oh, that's a surprise that Ugluk's at the back, whatever, in domination. And the commentators were like, yeah, he's great in combat and all this. And this is exactly the same thing. You want to just protect that hero, keep him back. Protect those points. He's not doing much in combat. Let your troops do the work. You've got 51 other models. That's it. Some heroes are there just to provide the numbers, provide some might, provide those secure points, keep them in a certain place.
He also provides, even when he's hiding at the back, battlefield wide +1 courage. So
there you go.
There's another feather in the cap.
Golfimble is absolute horse shit, but he's 45 points and he's got one of the best rules in the game, which is impressive girth, which is
yikes.
It's a 5-up. It's a 5-up feel no pain, basically, that you can't use against magical powers. I did have a look at the numbers. You can get to 58 models if you drop the Warg Riders and add another warband. I think that version.
All of them.
Yeah. I think that version's just
keep
worse.
a few, then maybe, but yeah, fair enough.
All I'm going to say, I think, Denby, you're being harsh on the score of this list. I think it's going to do better than that.
Mr. Warger, I think you think I'm talking about this list with this score that I've written, rather than the previous list.
He hasn't updated it yet. Is actually.
Okay. I haven't. Oh, you're doing it after our analysis.
He's just burning you, Ash.
I'm just getting trolled.
No, I think this list is. I genuinely think this list is quite good. It's got a couple of things going for it. The +1 to wound with Fearless against heroes means as soon as you see eagles, it's kind of like Ugluk Scouts.
Yeah, where it's just waiting for a whiff.
You get the spear support wounding as well. You've just got so many models, of which you've got like 8 Warg Riders in Recon.
That is a lot to be like. 8 is a lot with 52 models.
As soon as you've got recon or any scenario that's movement based, those Warg Riders are just like, yeah, I mean, there's 8 of us and we're 12 points each. Like, who gives a fuck if we die?
Yeah.
This is, if I'm totally honest, I feel like this is a list that is built to beat Dave Farmer's Moria Balrog list because it's fearless, +1 to wound, and it outfights the goblins. Because there's more.
I do wonder how like the Any Heroics chat works, because obviously Farmer and Jakob are both like 1 and 2 in the league. Like, are they sharing things, or is it like sort of, you know, the chat isn't a place for like sharing? You know, I'm just wondering like.
No one's messaged anything since January.
Oh,
in your chat?
No.
I was going to say your chat is not popping.
it's a little from column A, a little from column B. They've been both very clear about what they want to achieve from this year, and Jakob isn't specifically gunning to try and win the league this year. He's made a little challenge for himself to take a different list to every GBHL 100 event.
Hence the Ravagers of the Shire.
Because he's burnt through all the competitive options so far. Now Armies has come out.
This is competitive.
Legacies
this is Jakob competitive.
He could do well with this. Yeah, for sure.
The only problem this will have is if it comes up at like Contest of Champions or Lords of Battle. But if it's Contest of Champions against like Hobbits, that's the one time where you're like, yeah, let's go, Golfindel, you got this, buddy.
Yeah, the new scenarios do change things for sure. So anyway, we shall move on to the final list we're going to be looking at from Ben Haslam here, which is a Rivendell list at 550 points, 27 models, led by Elrond, who also has Arwen on Asphalloth. A load of elves. He has, I'm not sure if he's quite max bows, but he has 8 bows in total, roughly 50-50 on the rest with shield and spear, 1 with a banner, no knights.
Sorry, I completely cut you off there. Isn't it interesting how in this edition people don't take max bows because you can't take spears on them?
Yeah, with the spears.
It actually becomes a choice of how many of these bows do I take? Whereas a previous edition, and you'll go back and listen to this in our pods, we're like, always take max bows. Always take max bows. Whereas now it's like, it's a choice. So I guess that is something good about.
You still want to have like a good split with lists on your sort of front. You want a good split with spears on your front rank.
Exactly.
Where, you don't want to take away from that too much by having too many bows, I guess, in some cases. But yeah, Ben kind of said he was wanting to run this at higher points, but he doesn't have a 800-point event or anything kind of coming up, so he just wants to try out the Wrath of Bruin in spam. I'm also thinking about taking this, but with a captain, at 800 points to 1 ring to rule the bubbles. So interesting to see how Ben does with this, but what do we think on kind of the Wrath of Bruin in new improved Arwen, you know?
Yeah.
Sheesh, that's a good plug there, Denby.
Link below. Get your tickets. Meet the influencers.
If you're still here watching the pod and you should be going to the Lemon Cup at this late stage,
how are you doing?
And you're not coming to the Lemon Cup, come on, guys. Be there.
Denby, you were like our first hardcore fan way back when. You were
what
like.
Do you mean I was? I still am.
Oh, but you were the first like real, dedicated viewer. I remember those times.
I brought you guys up.
You did.
You guys have almost hit 2,000 subscribers.
And now we're about to. Yeah, you're gonna hand over the baton. Yeah, nice.
No, I'm not going to hand over the baton. Rivendell was my baby back in the day.
Of course, I forgot that angle.
Rest in peace, Gil-galad.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gil-galad. Yeah. Gone and definitely forgotten. Jay Clare or whoever wrote those rules. You're a
Who's
fucking
thought about
criminal.
Gil-galad in months? Yeah.
He can't take a shield. Let's look at the picture right at the bottom of the page. Oh, he's got a fucking shield. Good job, Games Workshop. You bunch of incompetent assholes.
He's not happy about that, folks.
I'm salty.
We're not getting any.
The worst part is
this is why they don't send you the books early.
Did they send you guys the books early? No. Okay.
No.
The worst part is John painted a absolutely gorgeous Gil-galad versus Sauron diorama with magnetized bases so I could use them both with a mounted converted Gil-galad, which I wanted to use. However, I can't because he's on a horse.
That is sad.
You know who else isn't on a horse? Elrond in this list.
Elrond in this list, baby. Yes.
He's given it to He's given Arwen Asphalloth instead, which I think is a massive mistake.
Is he on a horse?
No,
he's not on a horse.
He doesn't have a horse.
He went 12-inch moving Arwen. Arwen has more will to do wrath with. Let's give it.
I guess having Elrond on foot means he's in the battle line, fighting away, and then Arwen is like the.
I think probably you do take it on Elrond. I'm not sure it's that big a mistake, but I think you do probably take it on Elrond.
I think generally it's also into the death or any other scenario where killing heroes is important. Arwen is suddenly a massive fucking liability.
And if you need Elrond to be going in and like trying to kill, say, dwarves or something, like you could go in with Elrond and two-hand, like, and actually, but with Arwen, you're sort of like, if you lose a fight, not looking good.
I don't know if it's a genuine mistake on his part or if it's because he's going to play a sweeper keeper, kind of like Arwen lingering around the sides, waiting for stuff to happen to then sweep in.
I think that's.
There are definitely pros and cons of both.
And doesn't Arwen have like fleet foot as well?
Asphaleth is a 12-inch. Yeah, he's also got a 30 point.
So this is an issue with Elrond, right? Which is that he has woodland creature, but his horse doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. So Arwen does, is what I'm saying. Like Arwen.
I think there was a bit of confusion at the beginning of the season because I think I played someone who just assumed his Rivendell all had woodland creature when they're mounted because the model has that, but that's the unmounted model. And I think it was really
a terrible mistake.
But it's clarified now, isn't it? Because the fact that Galadriel steeds are a thing and they have woodland creature, so it just makes it a little bit more clear.
Yeah. But no, go on, Debbie.
I can see why he's taken the horse for Arwen. However, I think not using the new gorgeous Elrond, it's not a new model, the Elrond on horse model, the plastic one, which is something that GW did well, so I'll give them credit on that.
They did.
I just think it's so much better. You've got the fight 7, 4 attacks on the charge, +1 to wound, knocking down to 8 dice. I guess the theory here is that Elrond can still charge in and wrath and then knock down and get 6 dice. But the lack of mobility on Elrond, I don't know. I guess
the lack of mobility in general is why he's gone, I need to maximise the mobility where I can on Arwen.
Maybe.
Might be an angle he's gone for.
I think if this list plays against the previous Orc list, it's going to have a sad time.
It is.
Albeit the Wrath will have a good effect on the defense for Orcs. It'll do all right. You're still going to struggle having just the 5 points of might.
How long can elves shield for and live? Would be the question.
Well, you probably find a choke point and fight, but still.
Yeah.
Let's say this comes up against the Balrog list. It's going to cry.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure which of like the best lists at this points level it's going to do that well into. I think Ben sort of knows that coming into this. He kind of just wants to try it out.
Yeah.
Is the angle.
Ben has admitted he doesn't think it's the best at this points level, but it's kind of, he wants to play it for fun and also do some damage with double wrath.
I must say, I'm very, very excited to use double wrath. Yeah, at 800 points. And just I was going to take Lindir. I think I'm going to go for the captain. You still have 7 points of will to wrath with. I'm very much looking forward to doing that for sure. But we shall leave it there for the Rivendell list. Kicking things off here with the tier list. First of all, we have for the bottom category this week, the Bugle. As I mentioned earlier on, David Clubley did not show up for his his call time today. So the Bugle. I thought better of our the journalists representing us in the MESBG community. But
what he's done here is he's just
put faith in the wrong place.
Enabled him to get free promo of his news article. So he's winning. He's winning regardless.
He doesn't publish anymore because he's too busy. We're looking after his 2 cats and his pregnant girlfriend.
That's true.
The publications that he no longer publishes. Yes.
Imagine making content and then just like stopping. Who would do that?
Yeah, who does that?
No
right?
one would do
That's
that.
the thing. Who builds a thing and then just no. But for this tier list then, for anyone that has never seen any of our tier lists before, if you are the very best list attending this tournament, you are aiming to be in our lemon category.
Oh my god, change it to the lemon cup tier. That means you can shout
Descending
it out
down from
again
there.
and
I'm
again
so
and
doing
again.
that. I'm so doing that right now. That is a lemon idea. You are hoping to be in the lemon cup tier. And then descending down from there, our categories are named silly, nervous, dog, and then tonight, the bugle. So first of all, we have my Ugluk Scouts list. Where is it going, folks?
I think that's probably a lemon cup list, if I'm being honest.
Sheesh.
Unfortunately, the
Lemon cup.
player maybe
Ash,
more
you were
bugle,
hyping me up to what you hyped me up. Come on.
I know, because it's a great list. It's a great list. I mean, I think it just is good. I just think it is probably one of the best lists going, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think if any of these lists is lemon, it's probably the Ugluk Scouts list.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheesh. I'm going in lemon cup. Is this my first feature ever in a lemon tier?
No,
it's not
I
you
used
in
to
the
take
lemon
Emperor,
tier.
mate.
I used to
It's
take
the
Emperor a
scout.
lot. Sorry.
Emperor.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Sure. Ben Haslam's Rivendell list.
I think it's dog.
That might
You think
be.
it's dog?
Yeah, it's probably dog.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
But don't we say that this is usually about also the player using the list as well?
Okay, we need to move you down a tier then.
It's got to be... It has to be nervous.
No.
Come on,
We don't. No, we don't ever.
We
No,
rate the
it's about
list.
the list,
You
isn't
rate the
it?
list, not the not the
Yeah.
I
player.
swear we've always
Yeah.
said that, like, someone
Nah,
taking it, the
we've never
potential
done
that
it like
they
that.
have to...
No.
Someone
We've
let us
never
know in
ever
the
done it
comments,
like
because
that.
I thought that
Every
is
time.
exactly how we've done it. No? Am I?
I don't think we've ever done it like that.
Okay,
Jumpers for goalposts, guys. Love it.
Yeah.
So
You guys have genuinely changed your categories halfway through a podcast before, and it's been fascinating.
very,
to watch.
come on.
Often
Very,
it's-
very
No, but I
early
remember
on
there
in
was-
our podcasting career.
The
It was
monster tier
Dave
list.
Farmer. I remember Dave Farmer was criticizing that, and then he was the one who went and did it during our episode.
Yeah, he did it in our pod later on.
Yeah, I
That's
think
funny.
the list
Love it.
unfortunately is dog tier.
Yeah, the list is dog.
Are you guys agreeing with dog? Sheesh.
Yeah.
Adam? Dog?
Wait, which one was this? Riv?
Ben's Rivendell.
Yeah, dog.
It's dog. Damn. A small side note, can you guys see small little bars on our cameras when we talk?
Yes,
Just yeah, that is a new Zoom feature.
But it just goes
It's-
around.
it's
That
It
has
goes
never
around
been-
the picture.
That's never been a thing before, but that is there now. Yeah, fine. Okay. Anyway, Sam's Moria list, Double Dragon.
I think it's silly nervous. If I'm being
silly.
honest,
Silly nervous.
yeah.
it's gonna be very hard to
There's
deal
a
with.
couple of
The-
hard counters to it, I think. Like, I think strong magic, where you've still got troops who've got fearless or good courage, who can go in and actually do some damage. But that's not very common. So, yeah, I think it'll do well.
So there's been 3 votes for it to be in Silly Nervous. I'm fine with it being there, but I totally see a world where Sam wins the event, and then we're looking at this list a little bit differently.
Yeah, I think. I mean, Sam
potentially,
could win the event,
but-
but I still think the list. Sam is a notorious, very
Okay.
good monster user, and I think that means he could totally win the event. But
He also does extremely well when using a monster list that has just come onto the scene. That is kind of
Yes.
his.
that's his
That is-
whole thing.
That is
Bears,
the category within the
eagle.
category. You know,
That is you smashed
the
that out of the park.
subcategory of Sam's, SPG. Yeah. So dragons have just, burst on the scene. Although they've won a GBHL 100, so really, has the moment passed now?
That
I
wasn't
don't know.
dragons plural though. That was a dragon, a drake, and a goblin.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. So maybe Double Dragon is still on the table. Vince's Fields of Celebrant.
nervous.
I think.
Was that laughing reaction to Vince's list, Tembi?
I think Vince's list is actually silly nervous.
I think it's good. Like it's not up here, but it is
Yeah,
sort of down here
it's
a bit.
Hello,
it's
Sam.
it's definitely below Sam's list, but it's solid. It'll do good bits.
Yeah, I
I
think it's good for sure. Ash,
I've
Don't
been
forget, it's
outvoted.
very balanced. It's very balanced because you got a banner in there. You got a really solid little block.
yeah.
And then you've got
If it was
very good mobility, lots of might, lots of hitting power. It's got a bit of everything.
even if it was last edition where the tin cans are fight 3, I don't think that makes a huge difference, but I think it's a pretty meaningful difference where now your little battle line block that can sit in a choke point or something is fight 4 D6. Like that is a tangible improvement. I think so. Just a small little thing there. Okay, Cena nervous. Ash's Riders of Theoden list.
Yeah, it's
Nervous.
wow.
He's not happy with that.
I think
it's on the
nervous,
border. I think it's on the border, personally. Like, I don't think it's too far away from Vince's.
I don't think we've seen anything of that list type perform well so far this year.
That's true.
It's got issues with capturing objectives in terms of its lack of dominance, and it'll come unstuck against almost any monster list. It also will struggle against heavy shooting. It's not, the list isn't what it used to be.
With monsters being better, shooting arguably even more prevalent than it was before.
As soon as you come up against any monster that can just go, cool, I'm going to hurl this guy into that guy with pinpoint accuracy and dismount Aemir, dismount Theoden, and dismount Daewine, the game's over.
Yeah.
You may think that, Mr. Stephen.
And you would be right to do so.
I think that might not happen.
Okay.
You will be hoping that does not happen. You can hope that all you like.
Yeah, I mean...
He's coming to the
I'm
defence
happy
now.
to be
Here we
nervous. go. No. Unfortunately, I haven't got really a defence. I think
what's interesting about this list is historically with cavalry, you always wanted to charge in a turn where you lost priority. I think now in this edition with the monsters, you actually arguably want to charge when you've got priority. Yeah, they might counter, but they're not going to counter with that much if they've got monster-heavy lists where you can go straight in. So say you do that march, and then next turn, if it's a turn where you have priority, just go straight in. If it's a turn where you don't have priority, then maybe call a move just to sort of move back. You've got so much might.
Death. Immediately run away.
Well, yeah, but you want to wait for a turn where you can go in and you can choose the order of the fights. It's so important.
Yeah.
The other issue with this list is if it loses a fight against an eagle or a dragon, it's going prone and losing the horse as well. I think that's something we didn't touch on, but yeah.
So nervous for Rise of Theoden.
It's going to be a challenge, but I think I have the tools to deal with that challenge.
It's another opportunity for you to show your tactical flexibility, which other people have reported you to not have. So
it's another chance for Ashley Walker, captain of the Gollum's Gamers, to show his quality. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow. Okay. Imagine being a world champion and still having to show your quality. That's pretty sad.
World champion. Here we go. Okay. And we shall move on to James Coble's Triple Cave Drake list. Thoughts?
James has got to be nervous with me. Come on. We're together forever in there.
He's clutching at straws.
I think Denby's point that he only has one model to pick up objectives was actually a lot more pertinent than I had thought, thinking about the new scenarios.
You've got the Rescue the Injured, you've got the Heirlooms one, you've got the Relics one, Seize the Prizes.
Thing.
What is it, 4 out of 60?
James can't carry any of those heavy objects as the injured people.
Is that just an auto lose?
It's Druzag just slowly dragging it across the board. But he can only do one at a time.
Yeah. He might not make one. He's definitely not making a second one, let alone a
third.
So
the board it's got to go, what is it, 24 inches? So it's going to take him 10 turns of dragging in a straight line to get there.
I actually think it's much harder to rank these lists because the scenarios are now a lot broader and they haven't been play tested at all.
GW clearly didn't play test them either. So.
But we haven't play tested and played them.
Yeah, anyone watching this pod back in like a year for whatever random reason. We were making all these predictions before we knew much about the scenarios at all.
If you're still here in a year's time, God help you.
None of us...
without opening a massive can of worms, I think the new scenarios are pretty awesome because they force you to move forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely. You have to move forwards. You can't. None of this sit back, shoot.
Yeah. Promotes. Yeah.
They made you guys on contest, and they goofed on heirlooms as well.
Heirlooms,
but the contest of champions deployment change is criminal. But
it just means your listing has to be good.
Rolling up and down, yeah.
Yeah, but it was already a 50-50 roll-off previously. Now it's, what if your single warband deploys against the opponent's entire army?
Yeah,
I
that
think
is correct.
I think the
That just
viewers,
immediately
if you've
flips
stayed
the
this
game on
long,
its head.
if you've stayed this long, you get the privilege of having an announcement of we will do a new scenario tier list after we've played them a few times.
Sheesh.
That is a hard idea.
Have any of you guys actually played any of the new scenarios at a GBHL 100 yet? Have you guys been to the tournament?
I'm gonna play tomorrow
Not 100
with Sam and James.
Yeah. But as in like not at 100, like at an actual
Not 100.
tournament.
No, I haven't played any.
No.
Haven't played any of the new scenarios yet. No.
Okay, yeah, I've played 4 of the 6, I think.
Yeah, I played half of them,
but
really good.
Shall we? So James's list, I think it's nervous above Ash.
No,
above Ash.
It similarly doesn't have answers to the other monster lists, because against Eagles, the Eagles will just try and kill the Spider or Druzag, and then they can pretty comfortably just take out the Drakes as long as they're not fighting the single enraged one. This list will lose against dragons, but it will beat a lot of battle lines.
It will. Yeah.
It might struggle into the Orc spam list, to be fair, with the single might 5 attack limited cave drakes, but they're still 6 wounds or whatever, so I think they'll be all right.
So Demby's going above. What about you, Adam? Above or below Ash, or are you going higher or lower?
I think the thing is he's got a lot of experience with this type of list, so I'd actually put him above Ash.
I think for that reason, I'm actually going to agree, because he's used Cave Drakes a lot before and Ash has not. So Ash, we're giving you even more room to exceed the expectations.
Overachieve.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, here we go. And then we can put Jay in the bugle, because he didn't send me his list and he is going to the tournament. So there we go. Jay doesn't watch the podcast anyway, so he won't mind.
Are you not ranking the other 2 lists that you looked at then? Or the other 3 lists?
Yeah, so from previous podcast experience where I did rank, or we did rank the other lists, we decided moving forward to not rank the lists of other people that are not our own. But we can rank the other lists with Adam and Ali.
I think the Balrog list goes in Silly Nervous.
So that can be Ali. Cool, we can put Ali in Silly Nervous.
I think the Orc list goes into Lemon Cup.
No,
I'm
wow.
I think it also goes into Silly Nervous. It's got all the good makings of a Horde list.
He's hyping up Jakob.
Yeah. And then I think David
Cludley's
list goes into Dog Tier.
There you go, that could be Adam in Dog. No dual Goblin Town top table last game this year? No?
Well, I mean...
That's not happening?
I'll have to message James Brown to see if he wants to run it back. I will be trying to defend my title, but I'll be going from 69 models down to 5
last year. With
year.
Eagles. We did mention, usually we have the list of the guest. We do usually.
I am taking Gwahir with 1 Great Eagle, and then 2 Great Eagles, and then 1 Great Eagle. Which is a different build to how I originally was going to take it, which is Gwahir and 4 Great Eagles. But then I also thought about Gwahir and 2 Great Eagles and 2 Great Eagles. There's just a whole host of ways you can build the list.
This is recycled content here, folks. Thank you very much, Demby, for joining us tonight on this preview.
Anything you want to plug
going to the tournament
before you go
this weekend? Yes, Demby, your bat rep.
Yeah, so I do actually have a bat rep coming up at some point, maybe with Liam from Last Alliance of Noobs and Men. You should also go and buy
Last Alliance of Noobs and Men. Who are they?
Yes, exactly. Dead channel.
Who's
like
that?
Mine.
Who's that?
You should also go and buy your tickets for the Lemon Cup.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good event.
Tickets,
Lemon Cup tickets. Yes,
going to be amazing.
Linked down in the description. Hope to see people at the Ardacon stream as well in a few weeks' time. But that is going to do it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching another episode here of the Gollum's Gamers podcast.